Hello, English learners. Welcome to this story, A Trip to London My Adventure. If you're looking for a way to practice your English listening skills, you're in the right place. This story is perfect for learners who want to improve their understanding of everyday English. As you listen, try to pay attention to how the sentences are structured, the vocabulary used, and the rhythm of the speech. You'll notice that I use simple words and sentences to make it easier for you to follow along. The goal here is to help you feel more comfortable with listening to English as it's spoken in real life. While listening, don't worry if you don't understand everything right away. You can always listen again, and soon, you'll start to pick up more and more. Also, try to repeat some of the sentences out loud. This will help you improve your pronunciation and speaking skills too. Now, let's begin with the story. I hope you enjoy hearing about my adventure in London. It was the day I had been dreaming about for so long. The moment I finally stepped off the plane in London, I couldn't believe it. I was in one of the most exciting cities in the world. I had never been to a place like this before. My heart was racing, and I felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. I had never traveled so far on my own. The next morning, I woke up early. I was ready for my adventure. I had a list of places to see, and I couldn't wait to check them off one by one. First, I took a walk along the River Thames. The weather was perfect, sunny but cool. I could hear the sound of the river flowing, and there were boats passing by. I walked past the London Eye, the giant Ferris wheel, and it looked so much bigger than I had imagined. I couldn't wait to ride it. On my third day in London, I decided to take a break from the famous tourist spots and just wander around the city. I didn't have a map, and I didn't care. I wanted to explore like a local. I ended up in Covent Garden, a lively area full of shops, cafes, and street performers. The music in the air made me feel so alive. I watched a magician perform some tricks. It was amazing. I even joined in with the crowd and laughed so hard. I felt like I was part of something special. On my fourth day, I knew I had to see the British Museum. It was huge and full of history from all around the world. As I walked through the rooms, I was amazed at how old everything was. The Egyptian mummies were fascinating. I couldn't believe I was standing in front of something so ancient. On my last day in London, I couldn't leave without experiencing the London Eye. The line was long, but the wait was worth it. When I finally got in the capsule, I felt a little nervous. It was so high up. But once we started moving, the view was amazing. I could see the whole city spread out below me. Big Ben looked tiny from up here. I couldn't stop smiling. The whole city was right there, below my feet. The last day of my trip, I decided to just take it easy. I walked through the streets of Notting Hill, with its colorful houses and flower-filled streets. The whole place felt so warm and welcoming. I even found a little cafe to sit and relax. I ordered a cup of tea, of course, and watched the world go by. The day had come to leave London. My heart felt a little heavy as I packed my things and said goodbye to my hotel. But I knew I would be back one day. London had been everything I hoped for and more. That trip to London taught me so much. I learned how to travel alone, how to trust myself, and how to enjoy the little moments. London was everything I dreamed it would be and more. And even though I left, a piece of London will always stay with me. How this story helps you learn English. As you listen to this story, remember that practice is key. You can improve your listening skills by following along with the simple sentences and vocabulary. Here are a few tips on how to get the most out of this story. 1. Listen actively. Focus on the sounds of the words and phrases. Try to hear the rhythm and flow of the language. 2. Repeat after me. Don't be afraid to pause and repeat parts of the story. This helps improve your pronunciation. 3. Take notes. If you hear a new word or phrase, write it down and look it up later. 4. Understand the meaning. Don't stress about understanding every single word. Focus on the main idea of the story. 5. Practice speaking. After you listen, try to tell the story in your own words. This will help you practice speaking and remembering new vocabulary. I hope you enjoyed my adventure in London and found it helpful for practicing your English. If you liked this story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Story Fluent for more stories and English learning tips. By subscribing, you'll stay updated with new stories, lessons, and fun ways to improve your English. Share this with your friends who are also learning English, and let's continue to grow together. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next story. Happy learning!